Hi there. I'm quite sad to be saying goodbye to the Tecsun S-8800. This is the German version that was kindly offered to me on a sort of long-term loan by one of my subscribers, friend as well, to Oxford Shortwave log. And I've actually had it since last April, so just over a year. It was interesting to spend a bit of time with this radio because I'd been lent one by Radio User magazine specifically for writing an article, and that appeared in this edition back in February last year, so over a year ago. Paradox and Performance was the title of my article, and that's really because this is an excellent radio on HF, but in my experience, performance on medium wave and long wave is really only mediocre at best with any antenna. It's also a paradox because whilst the HF performance is similar to a PL 880 or an Eton satellite, or now I suppose the XH Data D808, in terms of sort of absolute sensitivity and selectivity, it's much more expensive. You know, this is a £300 radio and the XH Data is probably still 80 quid. You can buy a brand new PL 880 for 180 quid, maybe a bit less on eBay. The Eton satellite cheaper than that. So there are three radios out there that, at least in terms of hardcore DXing on shortwave, are as good as this, maybe slightly better, and certainly better on medium wave and long wave, the PL 880 for sure. So what it does have going for it is the fact that it seems to be designed, it accepts very large antennas and doesn't overload, and the audio is superb. It's designed, I suppose, really to be a tabletop. Now, I have taken it on DXpeditions. In fact, there's a photograph in the article I wrote last year doing just that. But it's too large, really, to take, for example, to South America or to North America. You know, when I'm traveling on business, it's just too large, and you get the same performance from, as I said, from smaller radios. So that also makes it a bit of a paradox. You know, it's basically a tabletop receiver that can run on batteries and that can accept large antennas. So you get the performance on HF, but at a price, and quite a steep price. So, but nevertheless, I've enjoyed using it this past year, and I will be sorry to see it go. The owner, I think, he would have, maybe he would have accepted an offer from me to buy it, but I don't really have any need for it, given that I have a PL 880, I have an Eton satellite, I have an XH Data D808, and about 20 odd other radios. So it was basically just very kind of him to let me use this radio for a year. This, as I said, I think this is the German version. It differs slightly. The instructions I think are in German as well, which doesn't help me because that was a long time ago since I studied any German at school. But you know, it's been a pleasure to have it in the shack, and I have used it, but it's never going to get as much use as my smaller portables, basically. But you know, nevertheless, it's been enjoyable. Would I recommend anyone buying one? I would, if you want a radio with superb audio that's going to sit in a room, a tabletop somewhere, but if you're looking to get out and about, as I usually am, then I think there are better options at a lower price. But nevertheless, it's been an enjoyable year using this radio, and today or tomorrow I'm going to send it back to its owner. So once again, I'd like to thank him very much for giving me the use of this radio for just over a year, and I hope that he enjoys it when it arrives back with him. I know that he's now got a Wellbrook loop, so that's one thing he definitely wants to try, is this radio connected to that. I'm sure that he'll have a good time tuning the bands with this radio. So well, that's about it. Yeah, sorry to see it go, but all things must, and you know, let's see if Tecsun in the future design another tabletop radio with maybe a better price point. We'll see. Okay, well, thanks for watching.